What's going on guys, JD Williams here, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to do some DIY ripped jeans. So the first step is to find a pair of jeans that you just don't wear or you just don't like in general. I found this pair, they've been sitting in my wardrobe for a while. I just don't like them. I wasn't keen on the colour and they were really they kept staining everything I sat on because the indigo dye wasn't that good on them, and I just never really wore them. So I thought, you know what, let's try this out on it, and yeah, results came out pretty well. You can see them at the end of the video, and I'm going to talk you through how to do it right now. So once you've got the jeans you want to customise, the first things you want to do, you want to put them on and mark out where the knee actually sits in them. Do it above and below the knee to get like the best kind of effect, but it's really up to you. A lot of this is just personal taste in this video, but you get the basics ideas and how to do it, and then you can pick and choose what you want to do yourself. Here's just another shot of me showing you where I've marked out and the things I've done. Like I said, I've done one above the knee and below the knee just so you can get a general feel about where the natural tear would occur. I've also done like little bits on the legs and on the back pockets and things like that. It's just, like I say, it's down to your personal taste, and it really is up to you where you mark and what you make holes in. Once you've got everything marked out, you want to lay it down on the floor or a table, and you want to get some cardboard and put it in between it. This means you won't go through the other side when you're cutting, because that can be really easy to do, and then that's totally messed up the whole jean and you can't really wear it. I suppose you could try, but I don't think it would look that good with a hole in the back. But once you've done that, you can start cutting away. A key tip when you're cutting is to leave about an inch between each line you cut, because they will kind of shrivel up a little bit when you wash them, and if you want to have the lines kind of prominent, you want to have a bit more fabric to work with, otherwise you just kind of blur into one kind of white mesh sort of thing. So if you want that kind of look where it's just really messy, just do like as small as you want, but if you go too small you couldn't run the risk of them actually just cutting in two and then you've just got a big hole in your jeans and it doesn't look fashionable at all. Here's a better shot of the cutting itself. I've decided to go with, I believe I did 4 or 5 cuts into these. It's totally up to you. You could do it all the way going up your thigh if you really wanted to. It's really your style, it's how you want to wear them. The more cuts you do, the more like rough it's going to look, but I quite like that look and I think it looks really cool. I could have just done 3 in these, but I thought I'll do a couple more because I thought it looked really good and the results at the end look really cool, so I'm glad I did. But it's as simple as that. You want to get something really sharp to cut this with, because denim is quite a hard material, so I just use a Swiss Army knife. It's got a really sharp blade on it and it just goes straight through. You can use a razor blade, that sort of thing, but I'll do a good job of it. This was one of the little holes I was on about earlier. This is the bottom of the leg. I wanted to do more than just one big one in the middle because I wanted to give it a bit more of a worn look and like a rugged look, so I've started putting a few little ones around the place. For these you want to do kind of uneven lines and you don't want to do more than 3 cuts, otherwise it'll just turn into a hole and it won't really have the effect you want. This was just where I did the back pockets. I was actually quite fortunate. I had just a random bit of cardboard. I think it was an old rice packet, to be honest, just in the recycling, so I took that out and it was the perfect fit for the legs and the back pockets. All I had to do was fold in one the sides and it fit the back pockets perfectly. It's trying to find something that fits in quite easily so you can do it as quickly and efficiently as possible, because you can use a magazine but it's a bit more awkward getting it in and out. This worked really well, so if you can get some thin cardboard, like I mean thin as in not wide, it'll work perfectly because it just slides straight down the leg. And here what I was doing, I just got the knife and I was kind of scraping it across the denim, so it kind of gives it a bit more of a faded look and a worn look. I don't know if you saw there, but it actually taken some of the blue off it. I would go across it later with a razor itself, which does a really good job, but I thought I'd just give it a quick go over when I had the knife in my hand, and it gives it quite a nice effect. Like same here, don't do too many cuts on the small holes because it'll ruin it. Here you can see I'm going along the pockets, kind of giving it a bit more of a worn look as well. What I'm doing with a knife is I'm kind of putting it on an angle and just ever so gently putting a little slit in the pocket as I go around. It kind of gives it more of like you've put your hand in your pocket for 100 times every minute past the year sort of look, if you get what I'm saying. And it makes it really worn around the pocket area, and I think it gives it a nice contrast to the dark blue that is the actual overall jean, and I also just started scraping across it to wear off some of the blue, so more of the white under material shows through, because on the other side of denim it's always white, so if you scrape off the indigo coloured part of it, it'll come through and the white will show more. So that's what I'm doing here, just picking it away and just stuff like that, and it gives it a nice effect. You can see it's actually slowly cutting into the material, and then I get the razor and go around, which gives it, you can see straight away it's getting a lot whiter as you go around. So if you've got a razor lying around in your house, it gives it a really nice effect, and it finishes it off beautifully on the jean itself. So if you can get hold of one of them, it's kind of really a necessity for this to give it that top look, and especially when around the holes, go around it with a razor as well, and that'll give it a really worn look. It kind of looks like more natural instead of just man-made. And here's the final product before the wash. So everything's been cut out, you can see the knees are done, the little holes around the place, it's all cut out, the pockets are worn. You need to wash them twice, although I only washed mine once and they came out perfectly, so it just depends. If you don't like them, wash them twice. But here you can see the back, it's got the holes in the back pocket to the bottom of the leg and that sort of thing. But like I was saying, wash them twice if you think it needs a bit more churning up, like stretching the materials and really get the threads out there, or just wash them once like I did, and the result came out champion. I liked it, so I left it. And here's the final look of them. I'm really happy how they turned out. The little details at the bottom of them, and I just like how kind of messy it is at the knee. They're like really unique. I've never seen a pair of them like in a shop. You couldn't just go out and buy them. It gives a nice level of uniqueness. But if you don't like it as crazy as that, because it is quite a messy finish, you just do less cuts and put in like a cold wash, and the thread shouldn't split as much. But I did quite a few cuts, and I put it in I think it was like a 60-degree wash, so it's gonna fray a bit more, but I like how it turned out. This is just a quick before and after before I get into the video outside with the full-on outfit, so you can really get a sense of what they look like. As you can see here, the old ones, you might like them, but it wasn't really my style and didn't particularly like the jean itself, so this is what I ended up, and I really like it. Dead happy with it, and I'm definitely going to rock these from for a long time now, when they were just sitting in the wardrobe. So now straight on to that video. This is what they look like with a full-on outfit. As you can see, I think they look really good. You might think totally different, but I really like them. Got a really worn look going on. I did like different lengths on the cut, so it gives it just a different alternation between the two legs. But that's what they look like, and I think it's really cool. I'd battle on. I just slide at the seat, so you can see that's what they look when you sit down and stuff like that. So it looks really cool. Really like them. Hope you did enjoy the video, and if you want more how-to, just leave it in the description and I'll see what I can do. Leave it in the comments section below. I've been JT Williams. Like, subscribe, have a look in the description and see what's in there. You might find something you're interested in.